I don't know how I would have felt about that. You know what I decided? I wouldn't have liked it. It would have been weird. Would have been weird. What's going on, everybody? Mark Howell with your MHN Horror Affected the Day. It was only a matter of time on this one. Today's fact is about the demon slaying, werewolf killing, Chevy Impala driving show that made me leave Abercrombie and Fitch and go over to Kohl's to go buy some fucking flannel because I thought that flannel was the coolest thing since sliced bread. Although sliced bread really isn't that cool. But anyway, awesome show that I still love to this date. The 2005 to 2020 CW show, Supernatural. I have to laugh every time I say CW. I don't know why. It's the same fucking network that came up with Gilmore Girls. It is also the same network that did Smallville. So there is that. But hey, before I get to that fact, if you could be so awesome to stab that like button, smash that subscribe, and click that little dingy bell to be notified every time we drop amazing content right here on MHN. Now back to this CW fact. I think I'm going to be the only person that finds that funny. So for all those people who haven't had an opportunity to watch this show, this essentially is a show of two brothers, Sam and Dean, that both go around the country in their 1976 Chevy Impala and hunt down various supernatural creatures. It's like every urban legend that you've ever heard of is thrown into this fucking show. Angels, demons, werewolves, succubuses, vampires, everything. Fucking everything. Kind of a nice hodgepodge of different monsters and creatures and ghosts and other things. Anyway, Dean is played by Jensen Ackles and Sam is played by Jared Padalecki. That was supposed to be switched. Originally, Jensen came in for Sam and Jared came in for Dean. They both went through the process of reading, and the producers through the audition process were like, I don't know about this. I think both of these guys are great, but I don't think something's quite adding up here. And so they switched it. And they said to Jensen, like, hey, why don't you just bring your really charming personality to Dean? Jensen kind of wavered a little bit and wasn't quite sure, but the producers sold him on the line. Hey, Dean's pretty much Han Solo, so you want to be Han Solo or not?
I like the sound of that.
And the rest is history. Thank you so much for checking out this episode, and I have a comments challenge for all of you. It's really going to be for the people who have actually watched this show, but what is your favorite monster, creature, or whatever that Sam and Dean have hunted in this show? Of course, I will pick the very best comment, and that person will choose a topic for a future episode of MHN Horror Facts of the Day. Thank you again so much, and I'll see you tomorrow. I wasn't joking, by the way, at the beginning. I literally used to dress in Abercrombie and Fitch, and then I started watching the show, and I immediately changed to blue jeans for fucking Kohl's, and then wanted combat boots, and went and bought a bunch of plaid, and started listening to nothing but classic rock all the time. And it's kind of fucking weird, actually. I was actually looking at trying to purchase a '67 Chevy, which is kind of crazy. I really loved this show for a really long time. I kind of lost track of it a little bit, but this is, it was definitely an important part as I was growing up. Hell of a show, a lot of interesting concepts, really good story arcs, pretty fucking good show for the most part. I highly recommend it. Now, here's the thing though, a little bit of a tip. Obviously it's available on streaming services, but if you have the opportunity to borrow someone's DVD collection of this, especially one that they got back in the day, I would highly recommend doing that. The reason being is because this show, so much of its heart is about the music, about the classic rock music that's in this. And unfortunately, when they sold the streaming rights, all that fucking music went to the wayside and they replaced it with, bullshit stock music. So if you have the opportunity, try to scrounge up the original DVDs with the original music intact, because that's so much a part of what the show is all about. It really is. It really encapsulates everything about the show. You will never hear the song "Carry On My Wayward Son" the same way ever again.